Hi, howdy, hello, and welcome. I'm Mrs. KHGuides, and while Mr. Guides is busy ridding the world of people who don't know how to play Kingdom Hearts, I thought we could have a little snack. So let's make sea salt ice cream. If you attended our Reconnect celebration in Dallas, you already got a taste of this, but it's easy enough for anyone to make it at home. This is a no-churn recipe, which means that you don't need to have an ice cream machine to make it. Let's get started. This recipe starts with sweetened condensed milk. You have two options here. To make sweetened condensed milk, whisk together 6 cups of whole milk and 1.5 to 2 1/4 cups of sugar, depending on how sweet you like it, and bring to a simmer over medium heat. Keep it at a simmer for 30 to 45 minutes. If it starts to boil, reduce the heat and scrape the bottom and sides of the pan periodically to ensure that it doesn't burn. It's done when it's reduced down to about 14 ounces. If you don't want to mess with all that, you can also use a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. Keep in mind that the canned stuff will usually have the maximum amount of sugar, so if you want to reduce the amount of sugar in this recipe for dietary reasons or just personal preference, try making it yourself. But if you like your ice cream super sweet, just use a can. It's much easier. Either way, get your 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk into a mixing bowl. Next, we're going to add the sea salt. This is the primary flavor in this recipe, so quality is really key here. Don't use table salt, opt for a nice sea salt. My favorite is Malden sea salt flakes. The flavor is so balanced and the flaky texture helps it melt seamlessly into the ice cream. Add 1.5 teaspoons and whisk thoroughly until it's all dissolved. The next thing we're going to add is coloring, and you have a few options. You can use an artificial blue food coloring, and there's lots of brands available. I have some Wilton gel food colors here. The color intensity is going to vary quite a bit depending on which brand you use, so try adding a drop at a time so you can control how dark it gets. I added 3 drops of the Wilton. You want your mixture to be about this color. It's going to get a lot lighter in a minute when we add the cream in. If you don't want to use an artificial color, there are a lot of plant-based blue colors available that are made of blue spirulina, which is an algae. It makes a really nice blue color that's not as aqua as most of the artificial blue dyes, but is still in the ballpark of sea salt ice cream colors. I prefer the powders when working with blue spirulina. The liquid or gel ones usually aren't very vibrant. I'm using the Supernatural brand blue color powder here. Powdered colors need to bloom a little bit to reach full vibrancy, so start with a small amount and stir it thoroughly for a few minutes before you add more to make sure it doesn't go too dark. I added about 1/2 teaspoon of the Supernatural powder here. You can also just not add any food coloring at all if you don't want to. It won't affect the flavor or texture of your ice cream at all. Now it's time for the cream part of the ice cream. I really recommend a stand mixer for this part. You can use a handheld mixer if you're very patient and very thorough, but you can't do this by hand. In your mixer bowl, add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Like with the sea salt, the vanilla is one of the few flavor components in this recipe, so make sure you use a nice vanilla if you can. Using the whisk attachment, we are going to beat the cream on full blast. We are using Tier 3 Aroga Magic here. We want as much air in this cream as possible. Beat until it makes stiff peaks, and then beat a little bit more until it holds its shape very firmly. Don't beat it further than this, you'll start making vanilla butter. Now we're going to fold the whipped cream into the sweetened condensed milk mixture. Using a spatula, fold until it's just incorporated. Don't overmix it. We want to keep as much of the pillowy texture in it as possible. A glass bowl is very useful for this because you can check the bottom to see if you've mixed it all the way. Look at that bounce. If you want to make your ice cream into popsicles, you'll need to use a mold. I recommend that you don't use a traditional popsicle mold like this. The ice cream tends to get stuck in these and the shape doesn't come out very well. I have much better success with open molds like these that are actually designed for cake pops. Scoop the ice cream into your silicone molds until they're filled to level and add in your popsicle sticks. You can make about 10 popsicles with these particular molds. And don't forget to add a winner stick. Cover with a layer of plastic wrap and lay them flat in the freezer for at least 8 hours. If you don't want to use popsicle molds, you can just pour your ice cream into a Tupperware container with an airtight lid and freeze it in that. And that's how you make sea salt ice cream. Let us know in the comments who you'd eat your ice cream with. If you like playing Kingdom Hearts, subscribe to this channel for Mr. Guide's tutorial videos and visit KHGuides.com for the best walkthroughs and guides to the Kingdom Hearts series. This video was produced as part of March Caprice, a fantastic event organized by the best and brightest folks in the Kingdom Hearts community. Find out more at marchcaprice.com. Thanks for watching! Bye!